Hi, this is Richard Gutarsky. I'm the founder of WeStreamU, and I'm standing here in our pretty new built studio called WeStudio, which is located downtown Stockholm. And we're doing a little lab and unboxing here, partly to sort of share with the community what we found, but also as a way for me to show to our customers how we constantly look for new technology, try it out, see if it works, so we can do smart and affordable and beautiful live streaming productions. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to unbox a pretty new and interesting product called the Yuan UB5A04 hybrid, which is made by a Chinese Taiwanese company called Yuan, and we bought many of their products over the years. And this particular box, we have borrowed it from the Swedish distributor JMC Engineering, who's we've been buying this from for many years. And they have a website as well where you can buy the products, at least in Sweden. I think you can do it from other parts of the world as well. And JMC lended us this so we can try it out. So what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to open this box and see what's inside it and hopefully talk a little bit about it. So this is how the box looks like. And what we got here is not really a manual. It's so new, so they only have like a small brochure currently. It's a power supply here, and it's the standard power supply that Yuan has for their products that need external power. And we have a bunch of cables, which I'm going to return to soon. And we also have the USB box. So this is how it looks like. Size-wise, it's comparable. If you compare that with a can, this is not product placement. It's just a way to show that if there are advertisers who are interested in paying for the shows, we're glad to welcome them. I just picked a bottle from the fridge here. Ramlösa, Swedish bottled water, very good. I'm going to put that there. This is how it looks on the front, and on the back we have 1, 2, 3, 4 SDI inputs. And each of those also have an input for audio cables. You get 4 cables like these that you can get audio in because SDI doesn't have any audio. You also have RGB signals if you have a camera like that. And you have a DVI port here, which with this converter, VGA to, see if we can get it there. VGA to DVI input, and also audio input here for the VGA. I think this is something, I'm not sure what it is. And then you have the power port and the USB port. This weighs about like a bottle of nice Australian wine. So now I'm going to attach the power to the box. I'm going to make sure that it's powered on. Yes, it is on here, and you see the lights are on there. And then we have one of the cameras here in the studio have an SDI output, so I put that onto an SDI cable, and I'm going to insert it into the first of these 4 SDI ports. And then here on the side we have an old laptop. This is my old work laptop. It's maybe 3 years old, perhaps 2-3 years old. It's really underpowered for this, but it works for us when we do the demonstration here. So what I'm going to start first is I'm going to open the device manager in Windows, and we're running the latest version of Vmix here, and we're also running Windows 10. See if I can find the USB cable. Here I am with the USB cable. Put that into the laptop in a USB 3 port. Hopefully, yes. And then into, when I put this in now, we can see here on the device manager on the laptop, there, that it sort of finds them, and it takes a little while for it to find all 4 ports. It's 3 right now. Here's the 4th coming up, hopefully. Hello. There. So now we have 4 ports here. And also some unrecognized port here. I'm not sure what that is, but we have the 4 ports here. So the next thing is to start Vmix. And then add the camera input. So I'm going to select camera. I'm taking the first one. It says analog here, but it's really digital and SDI. And then the resolution, it's the same as for the camera. And then what's really important here is that you have to select here H.264 low latency, because this box here, what it does, it takes the video signals and encodes it here into H.264, and then over the USB cable feeds that into the laptop, and then it's up to the software in the laptop to decode that back to a video format that the software, in this case Vmix, can use. And it's really important that you don't forget to select H.264 low latency here, because if you forget that, if you have like default, you will get nothing out from this box. So hopefully here's the camera, and here's how it looks like. This looks pretty okay. Please mind that I'm using an underpowered PC, and we're feeding the output from that into Vmix. So but it's pretty good, I think. But we're only using one here, one of the ports right now. And also on the laptop, you can see on this, if we get the screen back, yeah, we have it there. You have a CPU usage. Vmix is currently using about 20% of the CPU, and that power is sort of used now for decoding the H.264 signal to Vmix. If I remove this camera model again, you can see how the CPU usage for Vmix goes down to 1%. And I'm gonna quit Vmix here because I'm finished with that part of the demo or the unboxing. We did some tests a few days ago, and in a blog post related to this video, I'm explaining the kind of tests we did, the measurements we did, and there are some videos where we did recordings for various setups with a more powerful PC laptop than this one. But what we found is that it required quite a lot of CPU power. So I sent the report to Yuan, and they did some own measurements and compared Vmix CPU usage with their own software called QuickCap, which they use for testing and development. And there the power use was not much at all. So I asked Martin, who's the developer of Vmix, if he had any clue what this could be about, and he said that he chose to use the CPU power to decode the signals from the box. But QCAP, Yuan software, uses the graphics cards processor to do the decoding, thus not loading the CPU. But since Vmix is using the graphics CPU for a lot of things, Martin couldn't do that with Vmix. So what he said is going to look into this and see if he can perhaps balance it off somehow, so you can reduce the CPU power. And in our measurements, as you can read in the report in the blog post, it didn't really matter much how many ports. We tried with one port, we tried with all 4 ports, and the CPU usage was pretty high in all occasions. But hopefully, further developments on the software side will be able to fix, perhaps not all, but so the CPU power could be better. We haven't figured out on the box here. We haven't figured out how to use the RGB and the HDMI VGA or HDMI because we don't have any manual and we don't really know how to fix it, but it's probably going to be solved in the future. We also did in our test, we compared this box with another USB dongle from Magwell to see to make a comparison, sort of see how the image quality was compared with using this box, which then is encoded into H.264, and this one, which doesn't have this encoding and decoding, assumably a little bit lost. And our comparison was that showed that this was pretty good box. So our main concern now is the CPU usage. Videos from our tests and the test report is going to be, or by the time you see this, is in a blog post on our site, westreamu.se, and you can read it there and watch the videos and hopefully make some comments and questions. So this was Richie Gotarski from WeStreamU. Thank you for watching this little unboxing adventure. Take care. Bye-bye.